The other day when I was on LinkedIn, an expert from Egypt said that Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, decided to choose the color blue is because he's colorblind. So his advice was to his followers that next time you start your own business and you want to sustain and you enjoy the color for a longer time, choose the color that's relevant to you. I found that very shocking. Why would he advise his followers, and he claims this as a marketing and brand expert, that they should choose the color that's more relevant to them and not to their customers? So who's the buyer at the end of the day? Me, the founder, or the customer? I mean, there has to be some sort of logic there, as crazy as this sounds. But then I couldn't keep quiet, and I thought I said, well, let me have an input. And I did my input. Now, let me share with you guys something which is more relevant to how colors work on brand. Colors are divided into 4 groups: alpha, social, society, and evolution. And each of these groups reflects strongly on price point, product, customers, and even the communication. Now, within the alpha group are the affluent colors. Like, for example, black. When we visualize black in our head, what do we see? I'll give you an example. I'm invited to a dinner. I arrive in a black Mercedes. Remember, black and Mercedes. Look at the 2 association right here. As soon as I arrive, before I come out of the car, you've already visualized I'm wearing a tux, right? With a bow tie, and I'm going to a special dinner. That whole entire journey in your head is controlled by 2 things: the color itself and the product. Now, the point that Mercedes has associated itself with an affluent color, it has positioned itself to be an affluent brand. Same thing when we talk about speed and we talk about fast cars. Look at Ferrari, for example. Ferrari's fire red. Fire red is an expensive color. Ferrari is an expensive car. Now, Ferrari is an alpha. But look at Porsche, for example. Porsche is a sports car. But still, Porsche, an expensive car, fall into alpha color? Absolutely, it falls in alpha color. But again, it's the darker side of gray. And then you have white Porsches also. But again, Porsche shares between 2 things, between alpha and evolution, because Porsche focuses a lot on innovation, while Ferrari focuses a lot on being classic, on being unique. Now let's look at different colors again, society colors. The society category of colors is very interesting because that is more relevant into the mass products. For example, the colors are light blue, yellow, pink. They're society colors. They're more of also social colors. When you look at, for example, your cell phones, they come in usually in gray and darker colors. And these are evolution colors. These group of colors reflect strongly on price and how you measure the price. Alpha is higher price, evolution is moderate to higher, and then you have society and social colors at the bottom, mid to bottom. But also it's so interesting how brands can evolve these colors from their groups. For example, for a very long time, white was a social color and a society color. It's shared between the 2. It was always at a moderate price, white, never an alpha color, never a high price. But Apple was able to change all this. Apple was able to change all this because Apple used a lot of space in their store experience, even on their brand. Whether we look at Apple, when you walk into Apple's experience, when you look at the brand and the Apple logo itself, that moved the white color from society to alpha. Today, white is on a higher range. Now, why did Apple do this? Because Apple's positioning is about lifestyle. So they took white in lifestyle and brought it from a social color to an alpha color. So even brands can strongly impact colors. How? By positioning. Would Harley ever think about being pink? No. Why? Because Harley Davidson is a masculine brand. It's a very macho brand. You cannot see pink with Harley. So we have to sit and think and say, how do colors work? We just cannot put a color on a brand just out of our head. There's plenty of science been made, not by me, by millions. But again, we go to the fundamental questions. When we miss the knowledge and understanding and we parachute to doing anything, it becomes costly. And I've raised that question and raised that problem many times. So let's go back and think fundamentally, how do brands work? And each one of you, if you invest so much on knowledge, as much as blabber on LinkedIn and other social media on brand, you'll be able to have your own voice on brand. Do not go and do what practitioners do. Practice on brand without the knowledge. You will fail. Do not follow branding agencies that talk about touch points and logo and experience and design thinking without even understanding the science of all this. Just be careful.